Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is Morgan Price, and today we are in Stationeers. We are doing another tutorial, this time on our furnace. Just the regular furnace. There are three versions of the furnace. There's the arc furnace that works off of electricity, but cannot make alloys, just smelts things. There is the furnace, which can make alloys, but you have to learn how to manage it. And then there is the advanced furnace, which you can use to also make alloys, and it's a bit easier to manage both via logic and via the face of it, which has volume control pumps that allow you to adjust the internal pressures. Anyway, things to think about. Proximity. You want to be aware of how close to your base or your habitable zones you are. That leads us into the next part, which the exhaust gases are hot. You can get temperatures in excess of 1,000 degrees Celsius, and having that introduced into your habitable areas kind of kills your base. I recently did that on Mars. It's still cooling down 6 days later. This starter setup that we're going to set up now can be fed ice. Volatiles and oxide to be specific, leading into the next one. It's easy to remember: 2 pink ice, 1 blue ice, so 2 volatiles to 1 oxide. For your first alloy, it is going to be steel, because that is actually the easiest one, and it is the one that is called upon the most in just about every recipe that requires it. So you're going to need 3 iron to 1 coal. So if you have 3 chunks of iron, like I have here, and 1 coal, you have the building blocks of steel. Advanced alloys are much trickier. If you go to F1 and go to ingots, it will tell you what you need for various alloys. Pressure requirements, temperature requirements, and the like. They need a variety, and I recommend using the advanced furnace for that. But if you're good with learning how to manage this, you can do a lot. Anyway, furnaces get very complex the further in you go, be it through automation or any number of other things. Let's see, flip that way, flip that way, try again, there we go, and raise up, and boom, that's how I want it. So I used home and page up and page down to rotate, just so it was a little bit more logical. Yeah, I probably actually want to finish building it. So let's grab these iron plates, swap out to a wrench. You just run up, and it's going to take a couple plates there. It takes 2 specifically. Then you grab your torch to finish it off. There, you now officially have an operable furnace. You'd be able to load fuel into this and turn it on, but as it sits right now with no pressure relief or anything like that, it's basically just going to rapidly turn all of your ores into ingots. It's a cheap way to do it, but it's also not going to be what you want to use to actually set up your materials smelting. So we're going to add a little bit of pressure control here. Now, mind you, this is specifically for demonstration purposes. It is not how I would actually build this in my base. Oh, wait, I need that, and I need this guy. So I'm going to throw in the valve right here, and we're going to put this passive vent right there. Okay, that is the minimal you need to be able to control the furnace. You can get more advanced with your fueling setup if you want to electrolyze water into fuel, but it takes a long time to get you can get usable amounts, but to get enough to where you can make anything on demand, it takes a while. Anyway, we're going to get started with this part by opening this up. And so, see right here, I have a 2-to-1 ratio, 10 volatiles to 5 oxide. I will teach you how to run this wrong. I will also say this, it's pretty random. So, sun's up, it's melted off one of those, but we're gonna... Alright, cool. You can tell it's done cycling through the particular material you threw in when the hopper opens up. And we're going to do the same here with this. There it goes. It takes off. Built up some temperature and some heat right at the outset. So let's grab these guys. We're going to put them in here because it's easier to carry this way. And one. Alright. Now, with just what I threw in there and what we have going on here, I can throw this in. And what it's going to do is if you look at this thing, it'll tell you the contents and what it's processing. It'll take it from ore into ingot. And if I were to be satisfied with just that, I can kick out the ingot. Boom. I have a 50-gram iron ingot. Now, you can put that back in, reprocess it. It'll still say ingot, but essentially inside it's molten. So let's grab the rest of them, throw it on in there. Open. Alright, so that's going to process out into 150 grams of ingot iron, according to that. Now we're going to take the coal, throw it in there, and we watch it process down. It says hydrocarbon. There you go. You will now have a 200-gram ingot of steel. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful steel ingot. That is your first alloy. It's used in a ton of different stuff. So, now that we've done that, pressure regulation. So, as you can see, there's a little over 12 MPa, right? Pipes can actually hold up to 60, but we're not going to get anywhere near that. You can blow that up. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, like I said, this is for demonstration purposes. This is not how I would build it in my base. As you can see with the unexpected launch into orbit, yeah, not what you want to do, but you also get insane temperatures out of it. As you can see, if you look at my suit readout, it was up to 500 some odd degrees. So now we have barely any heat or pressure in there. We're going to take the pink ice and put it in first, and it's going to process up really, really fast. Okay. I've got a respawn in there. I'm going to throw this guy in here and run. And 2015 degrees Celsius. And yeah, it blew up everything, all but the fuel sign, which makes that important to remember. 2 pink, 1 blue. Keep the ratios low. You don't want to throw in whole stacks of anything, or it goes boom. So, yeah, with that, that is the furnace. It's fun to work with. It's going to make your life easier, but treat it with respect, and it will treat you well. If you abuse it, well, get used to having holes in your base. Anyway, with that, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, please click that thumbs up button, leave a comment down below, and please consider subscribing. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.